What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including big news on the returns of both Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. The Wrestlemania stage looks awesome. Two big title changes at last night's NXT. Is The Rock the next Terminator? And much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the first story. Now, our first story looks at Becky Lynch returning. Now, there's exciting news on the returns of two main event superstars, but let's report on what's being described as the imminent return of former Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. WWE President Nick Khan revealed to podcaster Colin Cowherd that the man is on her way back. Becky Lynch just had her first baby. She will be coming back at a certain point in time in the not too distant future. While the not too distant future is ambiguous, it does give Becky's boosters hope that she'll be back soon rather than later. Don't bother asking Seth Rollins though when Lynch is coming back, as during an interview with Dayton24 Now, Rollins was asked about Becky's return, answering, "What is with? Do you have a wife, sir? Do you betray your wife's trust for a television interview? Come on now, I would never, it's not a smart thing to do. You gotta go home to your wife, I gotta go home to my wife. I would never. All the respect in the world to appreciate the background, but there's no way I'm gonna divulge Becky Lynch's secrets. Come on. You gotta be smarter than that." Now, some fans feel the women's division has been floundering since Lynch took time off from maternity leave and wonder whether her return will help reinvigorate the women's division. Others feel the WWE has been lazy with how it books the women's division and that there are many talented female superstars waiting to break out. Are you guys excited about Becky Lynch's return? If so, should she stick on Raw or move to SmackDown? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the return of Ronda Rousey. It's been 2 years since Ronda Rousey last wrestled in the WWE, and fans have been speculating when the baddest woman on the planet will make her return. Now, although the WWE Universe has had many rumors, there's been nothing definite about Rousey returning. In fact, at one point, Rousey's criticism of fans and her description of wrestling as fake fights had some fans thinking she was done with the grappling game. However, WWE President Nick Khan offered some hope on the situation during his appearance on the Colin Cowherd podcast. Ronda is going to come back at a certain point in time. Obviously, Khan was much vaguer with Rousey's return, suggesting there may be some details to iron out. This could include the number of matches Rousey wants to wrestle, as well as television appearances. If Rousey returns on a limited basis, past WWE practices suggest she'd be brought in for one or more of the WWE's Big Four pay-per-views, such as SummerSlam or the Royal Rumble. With Becky Lynch returning, it also makes sense that the WWE will want to build up a rematch for the two after Lynch defeated Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at Wrestlemania 35. But what other opponents would you like to see Rowdy Ronda fight? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the Wrestlemania 37 set looks awesome. Now, there's more footage being shown of the set for Wrestlemania 37, and things are looking good. What's also interesting is that Ringside News commented on the recent drone footage from the Raymond James Stadium, noting it's also clear in the photos that cardboard cutouts are starting to emerge in some of those seats that aren't selling. It's been 2 years since the WWE Universe has seen a WrestleMania with fans present and an elaborate set, so it's only natural that fans have great expectations for this weekend's show. The WWE's excellent reputation for elaborate sets and first-class production values will be put to the test as it is its first live event since 2020's Elimination Chamber, but so far it looks like the company is rising to the challenge. What do you guys think of the stage so far, and what do you think of the WWE using cardboard cuts to fit the stadium? One thing's for sure is that Pirate Ship looks absolutely awesome. Kevin Owens is definitely finding out a way to do what he wants to do. Next up, WWE bringing fans back for Raw and NXT. With fans present at NXT TakeOver and thousands attending at WrestleMania 37, it's only natural that the WWE Universe is asking if they plan on bringing fans back soon. That's a question WWE President Nick Khan answered during his aforementioned appearance on the podcast, saying, "So for this weekend's event, 25,000 per night, 25,000 for Saturday, 25,000 for Sunday. It's our first go back for our performers with fans in attendance. Everyone's excited. From there, we're not going back on tour yet, but we're plotting out when we're going to return. Once we return, there's no going back. So once we return, it's going to be twice a week or with NXT 3 times a week. Just when the WWE brings fans back remains to be seen, but Khan's comments are encouraging for fans looking to attend WWE shows. Keep in mind that past reports stated that officials from the Thunderdome's next venue, Tampa, Florida's Yuengling Center, have stated no fans will be present. However, that could change depending on the pandemic situation. As for house shows, that seems to be on hold, something which makes sense given the uncertain nature of the pandemic, and the WWE getting rid of many of its employees for live events, and its poor performance with house shows prior to the pandemic. We'll continue following this story and let you know when there is further news on fans returning to WWE shows after WrestleMania. Next up, 2 title switches at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Night 1 of the Black and Gold brand's NXT TakeOver special featured 2 big title changes, with Raquel Gonzalez defeating Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship, ending Io's incredible 304-day reign. A match to fill the vacant NXT Tag Team Championship saw MSK defeat the teams of Legado del Fantasma and Grizzled Young Veterans. And NXT UK champion Walter successfully defended the belt against Tommaso Ciampa. Next up, a main roster star making a cameo on NXT. There's a fun rumor circulating that current Raw performer Elias will make an appearance on Stand and Deliver's second night. Fightful Select reports that Elias appeared at the Performance Center during the afternoon and at night 1 of NXT TakeOver. The news site speculated that the WWE's resident singer, songwriter and punching bag will be on the kickoff show. Could the Drifter be returning to the Black and Gold brand, or is this just a way to shake things up with a one-off appearance? Next up, a shock heel turn on AEW Dynamite. AEW fans witnessed a shocking heel turn during last night's Dynamite main event trios match featuring the Young Bucks and Jon Moxley taking on AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. The Young Bucks joined up with their fellow Bullet Club members after betraying Jon Moxley and delivering super kicks to him. Eddie Kingston ran in for the failed save, and now it looks like Omega has his own faction backing him up. And finally, The Rock is the new Terminator? And last but not least, is Hollywood sensation Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson about to take over Arnie's iconic role as the Terminator? Well, that's a rumor going around, with Ringside News noting, The Rock is now rumored to replace Arnold in the Terminator franchise. This new gossip comes from writer Daniel Rickman, who said replacing Arnold would shake up the franchise, and that could be part of the plan. Now, the Hall of Famer's last appearance as a Terminator was in 2019's Terminator Dark Fate film, which was a box office failure. Now, it is important to remember when it comes to Hollywood films, nothing is set in stone until the film is, being filmed. According to several movie news sites, the franchise could switch genres from science fiction to horror. This could be an interesting move for Johnson, who typically portrays heroes. Would you guys like to see The Rock play the Terminator? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.